Yes, we are going to be hooking up this adjustable P-trap, and we could do a trial run if we want. Now see, does it really matter where this goes? Well, it will eventually, but I don't really care where this fits just yet. Let's see, this is going to end up sliding back in there. And then this is going to go up this nut is going to go up like that. And this washer with the concave area facing down, that was the 1.25 inches by 1.5 inches, and that will come back down onto this. We're just doing a dry run so you can get the idea of what's happening here. Okay, now this can't go back any further because look how far it's sticking in. It's sticking in that far into here, and it's hitting that elbow or just beyond it on the curve. And so you see, if that wasn't far enough, let's say, to hook this all up, then you could pull this back out. You could trim this off by, you know, 1 inch or so with a little saw, hacksaw, whatever, and put it back in. Let's see, here's the sleeve. The sleeve is going small sleeve into that. That's going to go in like that. See, here's our trap. That's going to fit in there. This is going to be angled straight down, and that's one's critical to fit in there just right, or else that's going to start leaking to begin with. And then that goes up like that, see? And it looks like everything's going to line up just fine, right? Yeah. Okay, like that. That goes down there like that. Boom, boom, boom. Does that make sense? Are you with me so far? Okay. So there's our dry run, just for you. And this I can leave up there. Okay, that can be up there like that. And my next step is putting on these the Teflon tape. But before I do that, see, remember this one here, I need to put Teflon tape on this one here, right? So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, man, I almost wish I would have that cut off a little bit. I don't really think it's holding anything up. I honestly don't. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's okay, because I think it actually has to slide back just a hair. I think it's fine. It's just barely okay. Well, that's why I'm doing that, just to see if I needed to do anything. Let's see, this is all ready to go back in there, right? All that. This piece here. I want to put Teflon tape on that next. Okay, our Teflon tape. Now you remember when I have that nut on there, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So to tighten it up, I'm facing this way, the same way the nut goes on the threads is going to the right, and I know that's the right way. That's how most threads work nowadays, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Sometimes, though, you have reversible threads, sometimes on toilet handles, sometimes to tighten them up, not always, but sometimes, and then sometimes on that pop-up valve. Some tighten righty-tighty, some tighten lefty-loosey. Okay, so I got to think about this. I had to really think about this one up here, because when I first started doing it, I had to think about it a minute, and then I had to pull it off and pull the last little bit of Teflon tape on and go the opposite direction, because I was putting it on wrong. Okay, so I've got to do the tape that direction. Okay, so you'll see here. Okay, and I wrap it on. If you're right-handed, I mean, obviously it's easier to hold it up there with your left hand up over here on the top and wrap it on there and start wrapping it down that way, right? But when you pull it off, you can see that the last bit of Teflon tape is going the wrong direction. And it's not going to ever tighten up on the threads. I mean, it might still work, but it's going to start kinking up on itself. So can you see? Now, as I'm first putting this on, I have to kind of hold onto it a little bit so it doesn't want to slide off. But see, the way I'm putting it, you see when I pull this end off, the last little bit of Teflon tape is going that direction. The same direction that I want with the nut tightening up, okay? So you see how I'm just kind of keeping it flat, and I'm kind of putting it on, it's making sure it's tight, trying to make sure that it doesn't go over the edge. And I'm putting on a few zips of it, and I'm kind of making it wider, so because the threads are sticking over, you know, kind of deeper than the Teflon tape. Okay, now I'm just gonna pull that off and get that, keep it straight, and go like that. Do you see? That's how you put Teflon tape on. That's the right direction and everything. Now, do you have to be a plumber to do that? Of course you don't. Any average Joe can do this. If you just spend a little time to learn how to do it, take your time and do it right. So now we got a choice. I could put Teflon tape on this one right now too, okay? We could do that, or we could slide this on. We could slide this on, okay? Putting the little plastic threaded, not threaded, but the little vinyl thing on there, the exact direction as it's supposed to go. Okay, and I can put this on righty-tighty. Hold your mouth just right and make sure that it's on the threads properly. It feels like it is. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it up all the way. I'm just going to keep it kind of like that, I think. Okay, like that. I really don't want to undo the threads at this point, because then the Teflon tape might mess up. Okay, now this I may have to pull out a little bit, angle a little bit, so I don't want to get that tight. I could have done that after this. I could have held that up and done the whole thing, whatever. Okay, but now we get down to this next bit. And same thing, righty-tighty. So I have to look at this and decide. I just look at this and it's going like that. So I know, see, that going that direction down is wrong. Okay? If I was left-handed, I would be able to do this, no questions asked, every single time. Because see, I've got to start over on this side and hold this as I spin it, and I want to try to keep it as flat as I can. I don't want to pull too hard because then it kind of folds up on itself, and I don't want it to stick over this edge. Okay, see, if I pull too tight on that, it starts crinkling and getting smaller, and I just kind of hold on to this roll with my finger and stick it on there. Make sure I've got it all on the threads as much as I need to. Maybe readjust it. I don't care if any of it shows when I get done. Okay, and I can just pull it off and put it on there. And I know as I'm doing that with my hand, I know that's the way the nut's going, and that's the way that that's pulled off. See? There you go. That's how it's going to look. I don't want that overlapping that, and then if it's overlaps, you try to cut it and peel it off, because then it zzz and then goes beyond that. And you don't want it, and you don't want to just push it in, because that's where that little vinyl washer goes. So you want to keep that clear. Okay. Now we do this one same way. I'm not doing anything hard. You really going to pay a plumber $100 an hour, $125 an hour, $200 to unclog your sink and put it all back together because you don't want to learn how to do this on your own? Now see, I've got to kind of hold my mouth just funky. I should have, okay, I got it. See, it's wrapping up on itself because I don't have it started right. And I got this out too far, and see, I'm trying to do it without cutting it off the roll because I don't know how long of a piece I need just yet. Okay, that piece didn't go on there very well. Okay, here, let's see. I'm trying to do this and having you see it at the same time, so that's why I'm slightly struggling. If I wasn't doing it with the video camera on, of course I could do it fine, right? Because see, I can't get it through without it crinkling up, so I've got to kind of go like that and pull it over, hold my mouth just right, get it back over like that. Okay. Now I'm trying not to get it all crinkly. I want it nice and flat. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna wrap one more. So I'm gonna take it out about yay far. Now I can get that last little bit. Nice. Okay. Like so. Okay. Like that. Boom, boom, boom. Try not to get it all over that edge. I really didn't very much, but there. Okay. There. See there? And once I put the nut on, if a little bit of that shows, do I really care? No, I don't really care about that. But it's still on there. A plumber's not going to put it on any better than that. Okay? All right, now time to put it all together.